Praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings. Hi everyone, this is Danny, and welcome to this video where I'm going to teach you how to play King of Kings by Hillsong Worship and Brooke Ligertwood. So, before we get into it, there's just a couple things I want to let you know. The first is that if you want to play that little intro riff right here, the one that goes, then I have a video for that. It's in a link in the description just below this video, so feel free to go ahead and check that out. But this video is for the chords and how to put them all together so that you can accompany a full band and a singer or just a singer. Okay, so that's that. If you want to take your piano playing in worship to a whole nother level, then I have a book just for you, and it's called Basic to Amazing Worship Piano, and what I give you is just that. So I'm going to tell you more about that in the end, but there's also a link for the book in the description below the video, and I'd encourage you to check that out, and every sale that I make really helps support me and the work that I do. So yeah, definitely, if you're interested in taking your piano playing to a whole nother level, playing amazing sounding worship piano, then definitely give that a look and see if that's something for you. Okay, so let's get right into it in this song. The first thing is let's look at the scale and the key that we're in. This song is in the key of D, and in the key of D there are two sharps, and those are F and C sharp. So I'm going to go ahead and play through the scale for you really quick, and I'm going to say the notes and the interval numbers as well. And I would encourage you to just go ahead and play the scale along with me, and definitely play it in your practice time too, because it's really helpful and important to know the scale that you're in. Okay, so here we go. Here's the D major scale. So we have D, which is 1, E, 2, F sharp, which is 3, G is 4, A is 5, B is 6, C sharp is 7, and we're back to D, which is 1. All right, let me play through that scale one more time, just a little bit quicker with no talking. Okay, and there's our D major scale. Play it, get to know it, get really acquainted with it before you play the song. It's super important. Okay, now with that being said, let's just get right into these chords. In this song, there are 6 different chords that we're going to be playing, and I'm just going to go through them kind of from the ground up. And so that way you know exactly what to play when you see each chord in the chart. And then I'll give you a little bit of help with the rhythm as well. Starting with the D major chord, which is the 1 chord, as I went over in the interval numbers. So let's start with the left hand. Here is D right above middle C on my keyboard, so here's middle C. So we're going to take the left hand, we're going to come down here to this D, and what we're going to play is D, A, D. So those 3 notes. Okay, and for the right hand, when we play this D major chord, what we're going to play is this. Here's middle C again. So we're on this D, and we're going to play D, F sharp, A. So all together, that looks and sounds like this. All right, that's that. And if you want to make it sound a little more full, put one more extra note in there, which I think just sounds super good, then what you can do is you can play the same notes with the right hand with these fingers and put an A with your thumb down here. So what you end up playing is A, D, F sharp, A. So then altogether that sounds like this. I just like the sound of that. You can feel free to do that as well. It sets you up nicely for some of the next chords that come in the song. Okay, now the next one is going to be D over F sharp. and this one is used on the verse. So what we're going to do for this, when you see a D/F sharp chord, is here's what I recommend playing. So we're right here with the left hand right now. We're going to come up here and we're going to play F sharp, D, F sharp. Those three notes. And then with the right hand, we're going to play the D, F sharp, A. So all together, that's like this. Okay, so there's our D over F sharp chord, which is the 1/3. All right, now on to the next chord, the 4 chord, which is G major. So when you see a G chord, here's what we're going to do. So we're right here right now with the left hand. We're going to just come up here, and we're going to play G, D, G. So those 3 notes. And then with the right hand, we're kind of right here or right here, if you've played the D like this. But anyway, what we're going to do for that, we're going to make a little shift in our position. We're going to come down here like this. So this is what we played with the left hand. And with the right hand, we're going to play B, D, G. So all together, that's going to be like this. Okay, the next chord we'll look at is the A major chord. So we're just going to move up a little bit here with the left hand. Let's look at that. We come right up here, one whole step to A with our pinky. So we're going to play A, E, A. And then with the right hand, we're going to come up here and we're going to play C sharp, E, A. So all together, that looks and sounds like this. Okay, and there we go. The next chord we're going to look at is the B minor chord, which is the 6th chord in the key of D. So here's what we'll play for that. For the left hand, this is what I like to play. We're going to play this B right here. We're going to play B, F sharp, A. So I'm not playing an octave here, an octave B with the left hand. I like playing that A right there. I think that sounds really nice. But you can do either one. You can play a B with the thumb or an A. But I recommend the A. So that's that. So again, that's B, F sharp, A. And with the right hand, it's going to be D, F sharp, A. So all together, that's like this. Or this. Moving that left hand, so you can choose whichever one. There's one more chord that is played in the chorus. You could just skip over this one, but I think it sounds good with the vocal line to play it. So what this is going to be is it's going to be a D over A chord, or a 1/5. So let me explain that. It's a D chord. This is a D major chord right here with the right hand. It's a D and it's over an A chord. So instead of playing like D major right here and then D major down here, what we're going to do is we're going to play D major here with the right hand, but we're going to play A right here, if that makes sense. So this is going to be on the chorus when it says 3 in 1. So when it says that line, the 3 in 1, that's when you play the word 3 is where you play that chord. So what we're doing basically is for the left hand, we're going to play A, which is going back to how we played the normal A chord. That's A, E, A. Those 3 notes. But with the right hand, instead of playing this, what we're going to do is we're going to play like this D major shape. And so that's D, F sharp, A. So that's what that sounds like all together. It's an interesting sounding chord because we're kind of putting 2 different chords together. And so, of course, on the chorus, when it says 3 in 1, then what happens when we sing 1, we go back to a normal A chord. So it's kind of a way of giving some movement with that vocal line. Da, da, da. So that's the one place where we have that chord. All right, so if we just take some of the verse, for example, then let me just play through some of those chords. We have the 1/3, D over F sharp, and then the G, the 4 chord, and then the A, the 5 chord, and then B minor, the 6 chord. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. So that's how you play all the chords in this song. So there you go, practice those, get them under your fingers nice and smooth. Okay, and the next thing is rhythm. So there's different rhythms in this song. I think it's good to switch it up. On the verse, it's a great idea just to hit the chords one time, for most of them anyway. You can give some rhythmic variation, but I think just one time is a great idea for those chords. So it sounds like this. Instead of something like this. You know, something like that, making it more full, especially on the first verse. I think it's important to do that. Just play them one time, and then maybe on the other verses you can give it a little more. But like, let's say on the chorus, for example, the rhythm that I suggest doing. So if we're playing through the chorus and we're like all in, then here's what I like to do. Play all the chords at one time, or excuse me, all the notes at one time. So all 6 that we have here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all together. And then after you play them all together, do a little bit of work with the right hand. You can just play like the chord on B, which would be very simple, or you can do like some improv stuff. You know, however complicated or simple you want to get. And that kind of improv is in the book, by the way, just to let you know if you want to learn how to do that kind of stuff. But anyway, so we have all together, and then right hand. And then after you do a little bit with the right hand, before you switch the chords, what I suggest doing is playing the left hand again, but this time instead of playing them at the same time, play them separately from the bottom up. So it's going to be like this. So all together, right hand, left hand. And there you go. That's a great formula for rhythm. So that's going to sound like this. So that's kind of a little example of how to do that, but you're going to want to do that on all the chords when you switch them. All right, and there you go, my friends. That is how you play King of Kings by Hillsong Worship and Brooke Ligertwood. So I really hope this tutorial will help you out greatly in your playing. And I hope that you have an amazing time practicing the song, playing, but most importantly, worshiping God. And if you have any questions, then please feel free to let me know in the comments section. I'll be really happy to hear from you and help you out with whatever you need. One more time, I'll just tell you about my book, which is again called Basic to Amazing Worship Piano. And in that book, what I give you is 3 keys to really, really up your piano playing in worship. So let me just tell you about those briefly. The first one is all about the left hand, which is super important. That's like our roots. It's like starting from the ground up. So what you can play with the left hand, what you can't play with the left hand, where you can go and where you shouldn't go, like what's too high, too low, all that kind of stuff. So I really set all the groundwork for the left hand and what sounds really awesome there. And the second key is how to play with the right hand and what to do there, what sounds good, which is, it's a little more, there's kind of more to it with the right hand, how to play those chords and how it works together with the left hand, actually. So I tell you about kind of the theory of it too, so that you can understand how to do it and maybe even do more than what you just read in the book. But anyway, so that's the second part, is all about the right hand and how to play those chords in the best and easiest way. Now the third key is absolutely my favorite one, maybe even the most important one. It's all about how to play amazing sounding improv. So what I give you there is a fail-proof system for improv and how to play through, all this kind of amazing sounding stuff you might hear from other keyboard players or piano players, or if you like the stuff that I was doing in the video, then I tell you all about my system for doing that. It's actually super simple. It's really not complicated, but there is a hack that I give you in the major scale for how to do that, and so it's just fail proof. It's awesome. So that's all that I will say about that. But anyway, again, it really helps me out, blesses me, and supports me if you purchase the book. So if you do check that out, then thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for watching again, and God bless.